Good afternoon again, guys, or early evening, and welcome to another demonstration at the Northern Virtual Food and Drink Festival. This time we want to welcome, or we're going to be going into the kitchen of Nathan Wall, and we'll be hearing a little bit more about Nathan in a second and what he's going to be doing for us today. But as usual, we're going to show you a little video from our main charity today, which is Hospitality Action.
Ollie Hoyle, Catering Manager.
Peter Molar, Doorman.
Ricardo Oliva, Concierge.
Ulrich Edwards, Concierge Assistant.
We've got you.
Linda Anderson, cafe owner.
Ioana Georgiou, junior sous chef.
Nuno Pinto,
Bartender.
Mark Black, head porter.
Andrea Demir, receptionist.
We've got you.
Aaron Dixon, apprentice chef.
Federica Pinna, pastry chef.
Sabino Mazzone, pastry chef.
Himari Bochke, barista supervisor.
We've got you. Sean Maharjan, sushi head chef.
Mitchell Collier, duty manager.
Anna Grabczewska, public area cleaner.
Whatever you do in hospitality, isn't it good to know that someone's got your back in case anything goes wrong?
Hi Nathan, welcome to the Northern Virtual Food and Drink Festival. How are you today?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. So tell us a little bit about who Nathan Wall is, where you are, what you up to, a bit about your career history.
So I'm Derbyshire-based, Chesterfield. I work at Fischer's Baslow Hall, where I've just taken over as head chef, but I've also been on the side working Restaurant Artichoke, which is a pop-up restaurant for the last just over a year now, where we focus mainly on smaller plates of food, foraged / not really sure what category to put it in yet because I'm still working it, but it's been really nice to do so because it's been opening up my personality towards food and what I enjoy with food. So, you know, I've been digging in depth, and one of the nicest parts about it is because it's been small, relaxed, fine dining style. We've had a good amount of feedback from customers because I like to go out and talk to them and take the plates, explain the food, you know, have a real communication, because I found that beforehand when I was just in the kitchen just cooking away, I never saw the customer. I never saw where the food went, or, you know, you get feedback, but I wanted it from them whether they liked it or not. I was always happy to listen to what the feedback was because I never expect everyone to like it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but, you know, I just wanted to show a bit of me in my food.
Awesome. That's been a bit of a theme going through the few demonstrations today, actually, how chefs are not necessarily seen as rock stars, but we are the reason that people come to restaurants, aren't we? You go to for that chef's food.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have that kind of connection with your customer. You're sending that plate through the door or whichever, and it's nice sometimes for you to take it to yourself and see the customer's face and get the comments afterwards as well.
Yeah, I really agree. I always found that people lost faith in chefs a little bit. There's too many places that are just chain linked and they just smash food out, and you know, you go and you pay this money and you just go, you know, the price is usually low, so people are like, oh yeah, it weren't that good, but I didn't really pay that much, so it's all forgiven, if that makes sense. Whereas I didn't really want that. I wanted it to be personalized, where it's me bringing you the food, or, you know, one of the other chefs bringing you the food. We really wanted that connection, so that people would have a bit more faith in the chef, sort of try and bring it back, which is really a goal of what Artichoke was and what we are. You know, we want people to come and just sit, relax, and eat the food and enjoy it. So
when we get through all this and Artichoke's back open, where can we find it?
Well, we're still a pop-up restaurant, so we'll be anywhere and everywhere we can go. So we like to either be Chesterfield based or, you know, around Sheffield basically. So we sort of try and stick to them areas because that is local to us. That is pretty much on our doorstep. So we try to stick to them areas.
Fantastic. So what are you going to be doing for us today?
Well, I'm going to do the first dish, which was the cured butternut squash, and and what I'll do is I'll go through it and I'll explain it as I do it, if that makes sense. And
that's fine, yeah. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to disappear behind the scenes and I'll pull you up big, and then you can crack on. Take it away.
Fantastic, thank you. So to begin with is the cured butternut squash dish. So here I have done on a vegetable sheeter is the butternut squash. So what I've done is I've cured it with salt and then basically really lightly cooked it in a which is a fermented butternut squash juice and a dandelion honey. So it's made like a bit of a glaze. So I'll crack on.
So we've got a really nice comment coming here from London Kitchen Social and Manchester Kitchen Social. Looking forward to catching up with you, Nathan, after all this is over.
Yeah, you too. It'd be great to be back, to be fair. It's quite, like Dave was saying earlier, it's a really nice, relaxed environment, but where everyone's really happy to be there. So it's nice to be around people that are still excited, if that makes sense.
Another comment saying, you're such a truly talented chef, which is nice also.
Thank you very much. You'll make me blush.
Credit where it's due, though, I guess.
Still hard to take that, though. So what I've done here is the sheets that I've made, which is the butternut squash that's been cured. I've just literally given them a quick lick with the glaze again, which is the fermented butternut squash juice and the dandelion honey, which made a nice glaze / emulsion. So we start the dish with the an egg yolk emulsion / puree, which I've used the oak smoked rapeseed oil from Yorkshire Rapeseed Company, which is absolutely fabulous flavour, and it's really complemented the egg, which is really nice.
I used that for my venison dish yesterday, and it just literally, not literally, but set it on fire and just give it so much depth.
It's an incredible flavour, depth of flavour. So the emulsion's on the plate. Then here I have the sweetened pumpkin seeds with dandelion petals run through. So I'm just going to sprinkle a few on.
So is this the kind of food we could expect to see at Artichoke, one of the pop-ups, or is this more stuff that you would do at the restaurant where you're the head chef?
It's going to be both, really. I'm trying to. What my aim is to continue my personality within food, or what the personality I've built whilst playing with food and enjoying. So I'm going to try and continue that with Artichoke plus at Fischer's, which would be nice.
I think that's very important, isn't it, to have a personality on the plate, because it actually gives meaning to the plate as well. And yeah, I say that if a chef's smiling when he puts the food on the plate, the food smiles, which makes the customer smile.
Agreed. If you're happy to send it, then you're putting more, you're putting your passion into it, you're putting everything you've got into it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put a bit more of the glaze on. And a bit more of the petals. And again, this dish is really, it's small, but it's small plate style. And this is the same with the first two dishes, but that is complete. So I'll bring it up a little bit, see if you can see it. But I'll show you all again at the end.
That looks pretty sweet. That looks yeah, very, very nice.
So again, it's a smoked egg yolk emulsion, basically cured butternut squash with the glaze of dandelion honey, fermented beetroot juice, and then the sweetened pumpkin seeds. So just in a pan, bit of butter, bit of oil, put them in until they start to pop, took them off, and then that's when I coated them with the dandelion petals this morning, and salt and sugar to give them a balance, but I put them on the sweeter edge to sort of help cut through everything. That's
beautiful. So Yorkshire Rapeseed Oil are saying that the oil is beautifully smoked by Stahl Smokehouse.
Yeah, thank you very much. So,
and then they've just said wow to that dish as well. So that's nice.
Thank you. I'll move on to the next one, which is the tomato dish, and then we'll start cooking the duck dish next, which will be great. So with this next dish, which is the tomato, I found some nice Isle of Wight tomatoes, which then I've concussed, basically cherry tomatoes, in a wildflower tea. So it's a chamomile based tea, but then I've collected wild flowers to put in. So gorse flowers went in, rapeseed flowers, clover flowers, vetch flowers went in, which I went out this morning to pick to garnish the dish, because I wanted what it's cooked in to be the garnish. So it's not overcomplicated, but the flavours that are all there, and then again garnished by said flavours, which is nice.
We went for a walk with our children a couple of weeks ago up into the moors around where we are, and there's gorse bushes everywhere, and the flowers smell amazingly of coconut, don't they?
Yeah, they're really nice flavours. I'm quite a fan of them, to be fair. Like you say, it's a really nice coconut / like a green almond flavour, which goes with a lot of things, but it's not really widely used as far as I'm aware. I've not really seen it many places, but it's really nice. So again, the tomatoes are going to be slightly seasoned with a spruce salt. So went out and picked the spruce tips while they were nicely out, and just turned it into a nice salt to give them a nice season.
So how would you do that then? Would you blitz the spruce in with the salt and then let it dry again?
Yeah, so I did equal quantities. So whatever the spruce weighed, you used again in salt. Really finely blitzed them together, and then under the grill on a really low temperature, and just monitored it for a bit, just until it was dry. Then brought it out, and then I've passed it through just to ensure there's no clumps or twigs left back, basically. But it's come through really nice, which is really, really, really great. So again, so the tomatoes are in the bowl, and then what I've done with the wildflower tea is I've reduced it, and then seasoned it to ensure that it's not bitter like a normal tea would be, and then I've made it into a nice sauce. So what it's been cooked in is now its sauce, which goes to the base of the bowl. Some wild garlic capers, just a small pinch just to help add. And then the flowers that have been picked this morning. So, like I said, right before we move on, sorry, using again the rapeseed oil from the Yorkshire company. I've made a black peppercorn oil, basically. So I've infused it, but before I've roasted the peppercorns off, and then blitzed it into the oil, and then passed it out, which has come nice. So just a few drops. And then just to finish it with the flowers that are also in the tea. So here I've got some rapeseed flowers. Some vetch. Some clover flowers. And just some shoots from the veg. So again, really simple. Don't know if you can see it just like that. I'll show you all at the end. Really simple.
Oh, it's lovely, yeah, very simple, like you say, but I can imagine the flavours in there are absolutely amazing.
I wanted the flavours to sort of sing through themselves. So, technically cooking the tomatoes in the tea, and then the tea being the sauce, is a good balance. It all sits nicely. The tomatoes are ripe and they're fresh, really nice, and it'll all eat nicely. The oil will help coat the palate while you eat it, and then the flowers are there not just as a garnish and chopped on, but they're all the flavours that were in the tea. So it's adding a bit of texture where the flavours are already there, so it will just help enhance it a little bit, which would be fantastic. So the next dish, the final dish, is the duck dish. So the duck breast here, I've had in the fridge, dry aging for 14 days now. So I've then rubbed it in fermented yuzu, black yuzu, and then blowtorch the skin. So I'm going to finish it under the grill while I make up the rest of the dish, basically. So I'm going to get under. Here, to complement the dish, is a fermented blueberry frangipane that I've rolled in wild garlic, which is going to sit into the oven just to reheat. And then some cavo nero.
So where do you get the inspiration from these dishes from, Nathan? Because they sound kind of really different, really intense, and kind of flavors that you wouldn't normally see together in dishes, but you're kind of combining them in a really different and really interesting way.
If I'm really honest, I don't know where I get the inspiration from. It's sort of just, I like seeing what other people do. You know, I like seeing different bits and bobs. So, you know, social media is quite big for chefs nowadays. There's a lot of inspiration, a lot of books, other bits and bobs. But I sort of always try and stick to a balance when it comes to food. So with this dish, it's like sweet and sour. Trying to stick to sweet, sour, savoury style. So understood frangipane is usually on a dessert, but the fermented blueberries are quite salty and sharp. So they take away the sweetness from the frangipane. So it's just guesswork, but it should sit nicely with the whole dish itself. Sit quite nicely. I've wrapped it in wild garlic and then put it into the oven. So hopefully, you know, the aromas of the wild garlic and the flavour will all mix and it'll be quite nice.
From the sounds of it, you've got quite a natural talent and a natural palate. Do you feel like, because from my perspective, what I do with my food is I can taste the dish in my head before I even put it on the plate, because I know what the flavours are going to combine like and how it's going to be and hopefully how it's going to turn out.
I'm sort of obsessed, though, to be fair. It's not. I don't think it's not come naturally. It's been quite an hard graft, but it's like, you know, I've tasted a lot of things. I've tasted it all the time. I'm trying different bits, and you know, I really want to keep pushing myself and learning and stuff. So it comes from that. So it's trained into me now. Where basically, if you know, I create the dish and then I obsess over it a little bit, think about what I can change, what I can do, and then moving on from there, I try the dish and then we go from there again. So, you know, the dish could work. I always say it's all right writing a menu, but until you've cooked the dish and tasted it and sat down with it, you know, it could work, it could not. You know, the flavours might match in your mind, but as soon as you put it to plate, it might not be as great as you thought. So it's always a bit trial and error. I always find, but it's like say having the flavour profiles in your mind, where you know exactly what or the level of what you're expecting, and then it's there. It's a nice head start. So again, the cavolo nero is going into the pan, where I put it's quite salted water as butter in, and then I also added some of the fermented yuzu. So it's quite black. It's like black water at the minute. So I'm hoping that it comes out into the cavolo nero. So when I put it out, it'll have a nice yuzu, fresh, zingy, but you know, the normal cabbage flavours to it.
So we've got a nice comment here that from Yorkshire Rapeseed Oil again, that we need to get our hands on all these recipes that all the chefs have done for the last 2 days, because what we plan to do here at the Food and Drink Festival HQ is to put them all into a book and hopefully sell that, and the proceeds of that go to Hospitality Action also.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. That. Be nice. So we're not far off with that. Alright, so the duck breast isn't far off, but I'm going to pull it out and let it rest in a second while I sort out cabbage.
So what kind of chef are you, Nathan? There's lots of different styles and types of chef, aren't there? There's the stressy one that shouts and hollers. There's the calm ones that just take it all in the stride. And I think I know which one you are just by looking at the way you work, but I'll let you tell us.
I'm pretty calm, to be fair. I never used to be. I think it took a long time to get to that point of being the calm chef. I think everyone goes through their stages at some point. But the shouty side and all that side left quite some time ago, so I'm quite calm and relaxed. It's nice to have a service where it's relaxed because everyone works a bit harder. Everyone's willing to put a bit more in. If they're being bollocked every few minutes, people get stressed, shift, and then service sort of goes downhill. So to keep it at a nice level and pace is brilliant. So it's a nice way of keeping it on. So by yourself being calm, everyone else is calm, and people get better food. You get a nicer quality of food, which is always good. I find it always helps.
Yeah, I've always said that you can tell the food that comes out of a stressed kitchen.
Yeah, I agree. So this is the duck breast.
So what are we doing with that? How long have we cooked that for?
So I personally have, it's been, like I said, it's been dry aging for 14 days. I've taken it out just before we come live. I rubbed it in the fermented yuzu and then blow torched the skin. So because it's been dry aging, the skin is like really, really crispy, like extra crispy. So all the fat's sort of drawn out, all the moisture's drawn out. So it's become extremely crispy, which is nice. And then all I've done is once I blow torch and let it cool a little bit, so it's at handling temperature, taking the breast off. And instead of throwing it in a pan, I've just put it under the grill. So skin side only under the grill, and then it's been under there for roughly 4.5 minutes, and it's come out. It's quite nice. The skin is nice and dark from the fermented yuzu, plus from how crispy it is. It's got a nice crack to it. Just going to let it rest quickly, so I don't get any juices on the plate.
That looks really nice, and it's the only way to have duck at the end of the day, isn't it? With crispy skin and really nice pink, moist flesh.
100%. It's the best way. The skin's the nicest part. It carries a lot of flavour. I find so it's nice to have it. So duck breast is going on, just like that.
I presume this lovely young lady is there with you at some point. Says, smells incredible. Can't wait to taste it after. That's from Brody Bagshaw.
Yeah, upstairs. Hello. You can taste it in a minute. And just a spoon of the fermented blueberries, plus a bit of juice. Top. So there's that, and then just to finish it is another sauce. Not your typical sauce. It's the fermented blueberry juice and a kale oil. So mix them together nicely. Let them separate themselves.
So it's almost like a split dressing.
Yeah, it's like a split dressing. And I'm just going to pour it onto a plate.
So how do you make your kale oil? What's the base of that?
So the base is, again, I went for basically equal quantities of the kale once it's been blanched to oil. So we really, I personally put on water, highly seasoned, onto the stove, bring it up to the boil, and then take it off, and then put my kale in, leave it for a minute, and then take the kale out into iced water, bring it dry, and then into your mixer or whatever it is you please. And then that's where we do the equal quantities of kale to oil, and then we basically sit it overnight under J-cloth and a sieve in the fridge. You don't squeeze it or anything, so then you get sediment and whatever else in there. but you want to sort of try and steer away from that. And then just from there, you just get a nice vibrant green oil. That's basically my method for most oils. The same way, the beginning is usually the same, where I bring it to the boil and then take it off, so it's not so harsh, doesn't break it down so quickly. Thanks, Eddie. So the dishes are complete, so I'll bring them over. I'll bring the iPad down and we can go from there. I'll show you each one a bit close up. So there we go.
You'll just have to turn your phone over, I'm afraid, yeah, because you have to, that's it.
There we go. Right, so that's your 14-day aged Gressingham duck, the Cavolo Nero, the fermented blueberry frangipane with a couple of blueberries on top, and then your split dressing, which is your kale oil, and your fermented blueberry juice. The juice is quite fantastic, to be fair. It's a bit boozy as well, which makes it really nice. The next dish is the tomato dish. So this is the wildflower tea, which is the base is a chamomile tea. It's when then I've concussed the Isle of Wight cherry tomatoes, which were the yellow ones. Really nice flavour, quite intense. And then I've reduced that tea, seasoning it, placing it in, which is quite balanced tea. And then I've used the wildflowers that were in the tea to garnish. Quite tasty. And the next one is the smoked rapeseed oil egg yolk emulsion, the cured butternut squash, which has been really lightly cooked in dandelion jam and the fermented butternut juice, and then it's the sweetened pumpkin seeds and dandelion petals.
Fantastic! That all looks amazing. I've got a few comments I need to put up here on the screen for you, because I'm sure you'd like to see them.
Thanks, Mark. Love you too. Thank you. It's not that easy, but it was quite nice. Thanks, Mark.
You made it look very, very easy. So when we're out of all this lot, I'm sure that loads of people will be flocking towards where your pop-ups are going to be, and so. to the restaurant that you're currently at as well. And because as far as I'm concerned, that's some of the nicest food we've seen on any demonstration in the last 2 days. That looks absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. We'll go over them again. Just a bit of a close-up. Thank you, Alison.
Fantastic. So what we'll do now, I'll just say thank you very much again, and we'll just have another word from our nominated charity, which is Hospitality Action. Please, guys, give as much as you can to this. I think we're over our halfway target now. I think we're over £500. We need to reach £1,000 by the end of tonight. So please dig deep, give as much or as little as you can. Every penny counts. And here they are, Hospitality Action.
Ollie Hoyle, Catering Manager.
Peter Molar, Doorman.
Ricardo Oliva, Concierge.
Ulrich Edwards, Concierge Assistant.
We've got you.
Linda Anderson, cafe owner.
Ioana Gheorghiu, junior sous chef.
Nun Pinto,
bartender. Mark Black, head porter.
Andrea Demir, receptionist.
We've got you.
Aaron Dixon, apprentice chef.
Federica Pinna, pastry chef.
Sabino Mazzone, pastry chef.
Himary Birchkay, barista supervisor.
We've got you. Shom Maharjan, sushi head chef.
Mitchell Collier, duty manager.
Anna Grabczewska, publiceria cleaner.
Whatever you do in hospitality, isn't it good to know that someone's got your back in case anything goes wrong?
The Northern Food and Drink Virtual Festival, working with We will be joined by some of the top chefs around the northern region and some industry professionals doing masterclasses and demos on the 24th and 25th of May. event organisation team. We're also supporting Hospitality Action and supporting them in the work they do.
Hospitality Action is a force for good. We offer lifelines to people who work or have worked in hospitality and find themselves in difficulty or crisis. We help people set their lives back on track. But not all of our stories have happy endings. For April, a secondary cancer diagnosis meant the best we could do for her was to take any financial worries off her mind.
I was diagnosed summer of 2018 with sarcoma cancer and attended Christie Hospital here in Manchester, and from there I've been on a journey with various chemo treatments and an operation. Oh, I've known about Hospitality Action for over 10 years. They've been very, very good to me. They have given me little Christmas presents. I came back on my holiday and I had a birthday present from them and a birthday card, which really surprised me. It was a nice little touch. I've been given a warming grant for heating, and I've been given different amounts of money paid at different times throughout the year. With VHA's help, I've been able to recently take a little trip down to London a couple of weeks ago, and with that I was able to sort of meet up with my friends, go out. We went to the West End, we went and seen the Tina Turner musical, and we had fun. You know, it doesn't take that much sort of to be with your friends and sort of having that sort of tranquility and fun. It's less pressure it's knowing that next month there'll be a sum coming in then too, and that'll pay off all the utility bills. So it's a safety net that's there, and I'm very, very grateful that it's there, that I'm able to use it.
Whatever life throws at you, isn't it great to know somebody's got your back when the going gets tough? Help us to help people like April, people like you. Hospitality Action. We've got you.
Charlie Hoyle, catering manager.
Peter Molar, doorman.
Ricardo Oliva, concierge.
Ulrich Edwards, concierge assistant.
We've got you.
Linda Anderson, cafe owner.
Ioana Gheorghiu, junior sous chef.
Nun Pinto, bartender. Mark Black, head porter.
Andrea Demir, receptionist.
We've got you.
Aaron Dixon, apprentice chef.
Federica Pinna, pastry chef.
Sabino Mazzone, pastry chef.
Himary Birchkey, barista supervisor.
We've got you. Shwam Maharjan, sushi head chef.
Mitchell Collier, duty manager.
Anna Grabczewska, publiceria cleaner.
Whatever you do in hospitality, isn't it good to know that someone's got your back in case anything goes wrong?